We have a very important decision coming for ADA and Cardano in just 48 hours. And I don't think people were aware of this deadline or have been paying attention to this much, but I want to talk about my expectations heading into this, what this could mean for ADA. And I want to talk about this kind of sick game that's going on in the crypto market that everybody, frankly, needs to be aware of. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So right now it's about 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. We're seeing money here in the U.S. start to wake up, and we're just seeing a lot of the same chop. And understand, I think a big decision about where price is going to go today is going to be based on what institutional money does. That's going to be kind of the tipping point or the breaking point. And what we're seeing right now for ADA is, again, us continuing to want to stay above this 20-day moving average. We're showing a lot of strength. We're showing that we want to, in fact, break out. And it's a question of, do we get enough around the crypto market for that to be the case? We know that, conviction is at insane levels in terms of ADA. Hoarding is at insane levels in terms of ADA. Supply removal is at insane levels. And all these fundamental things continue to be very good. And so we just need the little push, right, for us to create this kind of breakout and try to extend back up towards those ranges we were talking about earlier today. But really, institutional money has been on a very consistent trend, and that has been accumulation. And the sick game that's kind of going on in the crypto market is they're accumulating, prices start to run, they do enough manipulation to drop price down, and then they buy at the lows while retail capitulates. And this is kind of a cycle that we've been dealing with since all the way back here. And it's been very apparent for those that have not been paying attention. That's exactly what's been going on. And they're trying to, hoard as much supply as they can without things just absolutely booming, without getting that push into adoption. Because once that happens, it's over, right? We're running then. We are in the biggest boom in crypto history we have ever seen. And that's what I keep talking about, right? That's what I'm excited about. For those that aren't familiar, I'm a macro bull. I believe in the cycle long term. I believe we're going to get into mass adoption, but they're doing just enough right now to hold things back. That's why, I checked again this morning. That's why we're not seeing crypto app downloads in the top 200. That's why global search traffic, it keeps going through these like little baby waves as we're trying to build into a big wave where people are in fact paying attention. I've seen some people say, oh, there's not enough money out there to move the markets. Retail's broke. They're not. There is enough money because of the quantity of people that will come in to really cause some significant surges in the crypto market. We're talking about, again, $10 to $12 trillion in terms of the global market cap of crypto. And the great thing for ADA about that, or about that for ADA, is that it tends to do its best when retail is excited, when retail is booming. And we just unfortunately have not been seeing that as of late. We haven't had our quote unquote traditional alt season, our traditional up only season. And that's what we're trying to get to. And basically we're just waiting for institutional money to make a mistake. And that's maybe a discussion for a different video. But obviously there is a decision that is coming surrounding institutional money in ADA in just 48 hours. And that is the deadline for the grayscale spot ADA ETF. Now, again, this is taking place on Thursday. I keep getting confused that it's a Tuesday, guys, but Thursday, May 29th, we have a decision on this. Now, this might be a little bit anticlimactic because what they have done with some of these other spot ETF products, whether it was the Dogecoin spot ETF, whether it was the XRP spot ETF, they have all been delayed. And what they're doing is they're definitely taking their time when it comes to altcoin ETFs. And maybe that has to do with, them waiting for regulation or whatever it may be. They seem to just be kicking the can down the road when it comes to this. So I would expect the approval for an ADA spot ETF to in fact be kicked down the road. And I think that means that the deadline is going to be somewhere out in the later part of fall, October, November. I should have looked up the date for that. But anyways, that is likely what we're going to see. Do I think this is going to impact the price of ADA when this happens? No, not really. Because again, you have a huge holder base that's already convicted. We already have an idea. The market, I think, is already anticipating that we're going to get this kicked down the road. A big curveball would be as if, they kick the XRP and Dogecoin spot ETFs down and approved an ADA spot ETF. I think we would see a pretty significant surge in price if that does take place. I don't think that's going to happen, but you never know. There are surprises in the crypto market. We get all sorts of twists and turns. But if you guys haven't noticed, what they're doing right now in terms of ADA is institutions are in fact stacking ADA as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some of this manipulation that I was just talking about going on in terms of ADA too. trying to hold things back. ADA is a little bit different because it's earlier in its life cycle compared to something like BTC. But you have such a convicted holder base, and it's so, decentralized. And I didn't want to dive too deep into that, but it's just in a very different spot in its life cycle, and it hasn't really had this just major moon in this cycle yet. And that's really what gets me excited about what can be as we move forward here. So they want to remind everybody as well that, obviously we have a very exciting thing taking place on Thursday. On Friday, we also have our PC report. So definitely something to pay attention to on the macro level. Hopefully we get some good data back, something to really keep moving the market to the upside. But I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.